Hi, I'm John Cook, Managing Director of BizExcel. I'm a business coach, trainer, mentor and consultant, and I'm here today with the very lovely Louise Knight. Louise, I'm just looking at your profile here. It's quite impressive. I'll just run through some of these things like hypnotherapy. You're a neural linguistic programming practitioner. You're trained in NLP holographics, family systems, constellations, mindfulness and results coaching. You're also a results accelerated master coach and a lifelong learner, and you commit to some sort of training every year. Welcome, Louise.
Thank you,
Now,
John.
I'm not going to dwell on every one of those because it's you're a lady of many talents, but I also know that you focus a lot on breakthrough sessions. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Thanks, John. Yes, my breakthrough sessions. Some people come just for 2 sessions within a month, usually about 2.5 hours each session, and I dig deep to get to the heart of the problem. They may come with what they perceive as trouble in a relationship, anxiety and depression, a phobia or addiction or bad habit like alcohol or smoking, maybe grief. Whatever their issue, sometimes that is the real issue and sometimes it's something underneath that.
Right, and that involves one-on-one coaching.
Some people work with me for maybe 8 months or 12 months. Anna, whose story is on the website, I worked with her on and off for over 5 years. She initially came for a work-related issue. We worked through that. But at the time, she had come out of a domestic violence relationship, which she had a lot of unresolved issues about that. So she was saddled with a lot of debt from that relationship. So she had money issues. She was disconnected from her family. So she was broke, disconnected and really lost. So over the years, we worked through all of those issues. And now, the last 12 months, it's nearly 12 months since she's been in her brand new home. So she's gone from a struggling employee on assisted housing to progressing through that company that she was working for, to creating her own business and manifesting, that's a new buzzword, manifesting her new home, her brand new home that she's built. She's been in there nearly 12 months now. So after working one-on-one with Anna in the breakthrough sessions over a period of time, she enrolled in my Ultimate You program, which goes for 9 months, and that looks at every area of your life and helps you to create the life that you really, really love.
Okay, I noticed that again, looking back in your profile, that you do often describe yourself as an archaeologist. Other people call you an earth angel and a light worker, but you prefer to regard yourself as an archaeologist. That's because you're digging deep down into the problems.
I'm more like an archaeologist. People present with a certain problem, and it may be just a symptom of another problem, but there's usually something underneath that. So I'm listening to their unconscious pre-programming and getting to the heart of the matter. So working at that deeper level with their unconscious pre-programming.
Which can be started as far back as childhood.
Yes, so when people come to me with an issue, a lot of it is from what is termed the imprint period, which is from birth, so age 0 to age 7, when the critical faculty comes into play. And you can see this with children. They around about 7, they start questioning Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. They start to understand jokes more. They are taking things less literally. So during that period, it's the formative years, we make decisions that affect the rest of our life. And a lot of those decisions are actually made under the age of 3.
Right, okay. And I also know that you have a 9-month program called the Ultimate You program.
Yes.
So what's that all about?
So my Ultimate You program is an intimate program. We go away for a long weekend at the beginning of the course, and It's usually a long weekend at the end of February, beginning of March, down to the Gold Coast, and we set up for a whole year, looking at every area of life and in the aim of creating the year that you want, the life that you want, a life that you truly love. So I use a lot of knowledge that I've gained over the years and start with the basics of what I learned from Father Justin Berlitz, a Franciscan friar. That's more than 30 years ago. And he looks at he calls them the 7 areas of life, and he named them all F. So there's faith, family, friends, finance, fitness. To make it an F, he made it formal and informal education, and then fun. So you have every area of your life to have fun in that area as well. People may choose to expand on that, so they may take fitness and they may turn it into physical health and mental health, or they might take finance and split it into personal finance and business finance. It's totally tailored to you. So over the 9 months, we have that weekend away, and then each following month we have a group session, and then every person in the course has a one-on-one coaching session, similar to the breakthrough sessions. So there's great benefit from having the support and the intention of the group, and then you've got the intimacy and the privacy of having your own personal one-on-one coaching session.
You know, Louise, some people are sceptical about what you talk about, and I must admit that I was one of those, but I've learned a lot since then. There's some pretty hard evidence, isn't there?
Yes, John. People do see it as very woo-woo here in Australia, but over in Europe it's very prevalent. It's practiced by the medical profession, it's in government, doctors practice it, psychologists, psychiatrists. In Germany, you can claim on their equivalent to Medicare for family constellations work. I've already talked about the field you have, and science, medicine has used the EEG machine for many, many years. So we've got the electrical magnetic field of the brain. We've also got the electromagnetic field of the heart, which is much, much larger than the brain. We have our personal energy field. Then every system that we belong to, our family system, we are within that field. And it goes out and out. So your country field, all your social systems, your country, a global field, a universal field. People call that many, many things depending on what background, medical, scientific, woo-woo, spiritual background that they come from. Quoting Albert Einstein, the field that connects everything together is the governing agency of the particle. And the field defines the behaviour of the atom. We're all made up of atoms. Everything is made up of atoms. The field is made out of electromagnetic energy. And the best way to visualise this and see that in nature is looking at a flock of birds, how they're flying in unison, or a school of fish and they're darting here. They're not going, okay, everybody go left, everyone go right. It's just some sort of overarching field that is directing the unison of the group. So when I'm working with people, whether it's one-on-one or within a group session, the other thing I'm teaching you to do is to get out of your head and drop into your heart. And you may have heard that term, drop into your heart, but it's actually a learned process. So roughly, I can remember back in the 70s and 80s, and the buzz thing was to do your affirmations, and then you got The Secret came out, and then there's The Secret Behind the Secret. Well, the secret behind the secret is to get out of your head and drop into your heart. So scientists have actually confirmed there's an electromagnetic field that surrounds our hearts. This electrical field is up to 100 times stronger than the electrical field from the brain that's measured by EEG. And the magnetic field of the heart is up to 5,000 times stronger than that of the brain. So the new buzzword is manifesting. So to me, manifesting is just bringing into your life what you want to attract. So if you're doing that from your head and your head only, and I've got to take this step and I've got my to-do list and this is the process I'm going to do, you're not in your heart. So dropping into your heart is allowing you to be more authentic. If you've got your heart and your head aligned, you're able to attract with that magnetic field and that electrical field, but mainly the magnetic field. You're allowing that to help you attract what you want into your life.
So the old practice of making affirmations, was that to do with the brain or the heart?
That's a good question, John. Affirmations can be done from either. If you're just in your head, it's a hard slog. It's like rowing upriver. But when you drop into your heart and you do those affirmations, it's more like you're in flow and things are easier and things come to you easier.
You mentioned the family systems, and recently I was at a family constellation that you conducted, and to be honest I was quite blown away by what I saw.
Yes, I run several workshops each year of family constellations work. So that's the work of Bert Hellinger, who was first of all he was a Catholic priest, and he went to Africa and spent 20 years with the Zulus and learnt a lot of their shamanic practices, and came back after World War II to Germany and left the Catholic Church, did psychology and combined the shamanic practices with the psychology. So to quote Bert Hellinger, this is the work of the soul. You touch the heart and that is enough. So what happens, you have a group of people come together, maybe a dozen, a client, somebody in the group has an issue that they want to work on, and people step into what is the field of that person, their family field, their work field, whatever the situation is. And they step in there in order to help unravel the entanglement within that field, perhaps revealing hidden aspects within that the person who we call the client can gain a different perspective and allow things to move forward within the system and a healing to take place so that person can move forward in a positive way in their life.
And on the day when I was there was a lady named Diane Kennedy who is an accountant, and she was the subject of the constellation.
Yeah, we did several, and Diane's was one of those. I've known Diane for many, many years, and she had some health issues, and it really did restrict her movement and her ability to do the things that she wanted to do. And what happens in when we get to a healing, a certain point within the constellation where we think that the person is able to move forward in a powerful way, you swap the representative for them out and you put the person in. Diane experienced tingling from head to toe. It was the most amazing thing. I've never seen her actually jump. She had the biggest smile on her face. She was jumping for joy because the pain that she had, and she nearly didn't come to the event because she was in so much pain, it had totally disappeared, and she hasn't had that pain since. So I think that was the best outcome for the day, because I know she's had that pain all her life.
I know that she was very, very pleased. Let's have a listen to what she had to say.
Hi, my name's Diane Kennedy, and today I've just had a constellation for myself. It was around my own ill health and to find some answers around why that might be happening, which I actually found ways to go forward and know that in the future that I will have good health. So what I want to say is that it's a really worthwhile exercise to do, and I put my full faith in Louise and what she's doing, and it's made a huge difference in my life. So I really encourage you to come along to the next family constellation that Louise holds. Thank you.
And there was another lady named Kathleen who participated in Diane's constellation, and this is what she had to say.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Casagrande, and I've just I was going to say competed, but I've just participated in Louise Knight's Family Constellation Day, and what a day, what an opportunity to be involved in being a representative for some of the other people in the room. And it's amazing how it actually resonates with what we're all going through at that particular time. So I was representing one of Louise's participants, and I became more attracted to good health, that she was going through a health challenge at that time. So she chose me, and I turned towards good health, and another lady represented ill health, and I didn't even want her near me. So it was really quite powerful and quite empowering for all of us who are in that lady's family.
Yes, and it's interesting, when you become a representative in someone else's constellation, there's usually something that resonates within your own system, and you get a benefit out of just participating, or even what we call holding space. You might be one of the people that are not chosen to be a representative, but you're just there holding space with love, looking on at things that are transpiring, and everyone gets something to take away to help them move forward in their life.
And for some it can be quite emotional.
We have a saying that you've got to feel to heal. Pushing your emotional issues down with shopping, with alcohol, with drugs, with playing games, or whatever choice of distraction you use, you're not going to move forward in your life. The things are just going to build up and create disease within you. And there is correlation between pushing down emotional issues and creating that disease within you creates disease.
Okay, fascinating. And moving on, this sounds very attractive to me. You actually have a retreat in Sedona in Arizona?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
It's Sedona course is in the making. Yes, Sedona is a beautiful place. You may have seen it in the old westerns with John Wayne, as that Sedona is the backdrop. So we're collaborating with an Englishman, a local, who's lived there for over 10 years, and his partner is Navajo Indian. We take time out to really connect with yourself, connect at a spirit level, at a soul level. And we do ceremony at the ancient Indian medicine wheel, and what's called the birthing cave, which is, from looking down and looking up at it, it's a heart-shaped cave. The touristy part of town will tell you that the birthing cave is where the Indian women used to go and birth their babies. But as I climbed up there, I got halfway up and went, there's no way a pregnant woman could climb up here, let alone one that was in labour. So we do beautiful ceremony. It's very sacred country. We connect with nature. We'll do a walk on what's called the West Fork Trail. We visit several vortex around the area and do meditations there, and doing meditation in those areas where the energy is so intense, it really increases the power of your intention for whatever you're setting for your meditation. You can visit the tourist part of town. There's time to do that. We're at a resort. You can access the resort facilities, the spa, etc., the pool. We also go to the actual genuine Navajo Indian markets, and you can get some really lovely jewellery, artefacts that they have made that are genuine, and you're supporting the local Indigenous community there. So it's a beautiful week, and it's a lovely spiritual place to visit, and we get a lot out of it just ourselves.
Louise, thank you very much for your time today. I found it absolutely fascinating, and anybody who may be interested in any of the services that you offer, they can contact you on your 1300 number or by email.
Hi, I'm Louise Knight. If this video has resonated with you, give me a call on 1300 660 407 so we can discover if we're a match to work together. Thank you.